Yayoi Kusama is most famous for her polka dots. She's known as the Queen of Polka Dots. She began seeing a lot of dots as a child, and they became a way for her to express infinity in the interconnectedness of everything. You can find polka dots on her paintings, sculptures, and even fashion designs. From pumpkins to pop art, Yayoi Kusama grew up in Japan during World War II, and her family grew fields of pumpkins for food. Believe it or not, these pumpkins inspired some of her early work. When she moved to New York City in the 1950s, her art style changed to pop art, which is all about bright colors and everyday objects. You might even be inspired by her infinity rooms. One of Yayoi Kusama's coolest creations are her infinity rooms. These are small rooms covered in mirrors and filled with polka dots, creating a never-ending illusion of lights and patterns. It's like stepping into a kaleidoscope. I hope you have fun creating your own Yayoi Kusama project with some mushrooms. Let's get started. Let's get started on our background. On a piece of black paper, go ahead and start putting on random dots throughout the page. With a metallic marker, feel free to connect those random dots in an interesting, unique, and creative pattern. Also, please have some of those lines go off the edge of the paper, where it looks like there's dots that are not on the paper, but somewhere connected off the edge of the paper. Once you've filled up your space, let's get started creating our own mushrooms. You'll notice I grabbed a few random pieces of colored paper, and I've got some interesting ideas of some shapes that I could use for the tops of the mushrooms as well as the mushroom stems. On your piece of paper, please use your paper for more than one shape. You can interconnect or trade or use different colors to use your ideas for your mushroom designs. I do ask that you use more than one shape per piece of paper. Some of these shapes might work well for mushroom tops, and like I mentioned before, some of these shapes might work well for their stems. By having a variety of shapes and stems for your mushrooms and your bottoms that you can start using and pick out which ones are your favorites. Which designs would you like to include into your project? There, now that I have a wide variety of mushroom designs, let's take a pair of scissors and cut them out. When you cut out your shapes, please leave a little bit of space outside of the black line. Do not cut on the black line, cut right beside the black line so that you can see all of your black line. Again, you'll notice that there's just a little bit of space between the paper and the black line. Not a lot, just a tiny amount. Once you've cut out your designs, let's start arranging them onto the piece of paper, thinking about composition. Which mushroom stem works well for which mushroom topper? You'll notice I'm trying to arrange the different colors as well as the different designs and shapes, and also thinking about overlap. Once I've decided on a shape or composition that I like, I'm going to glue it down with a glue stick. Now that I have my designs of my mushrooms in place, let's get out our inner Yayoi Kusama and start putting on different designs and patterns with those polka dot patterns. All of the patterns, lines, shapes, and designs need to be done as polka dots. So you can vary and change the width and the size of your polka dots. You might decide to have your polka dots in an interesting pattern like stripes, diagonal lines, or you might even do small itty-bitty dots compared to bigger dots, or all kinds of different patterns and ideas. By the time that you're finished, please make sure that both the tops and the bottoms are filled with polka dots. Thanks for watching and happy art making!